Okay, so if you've ever, typed how to heal from emotional trauma into Google or something,
Right.
you know what happens. You get all this advice like, have a self-care day or just be patient. And it can feel, well, pretty unhelpful.
Yeah, almost dismissive, really. Especially when you're feeling that deep, kind of isolating hurt.
Exactly. And our source creator for this deep dive, they felt that exact same way. Just completely misunderstood by the advice that's supposed to help.
And that's really our mission today, isn't it? We want to get past those platitudes that don't really land.
Mm-hmm.
This deep dive is all about digging into a really detailed personal framework. It's not just about coping, but actually rebuilding,
Mm-hmm.
moving on from emotional trauma.
Yeah.
And like you said, it comes from a YouTube creator who's sharing their own journey, their own techniques, really practical stuff.
And that's what grabbed me. It's not just talking about feelings, it's actionable steps. They actually promise an ultimate guide to rebuild your life, not just slap a Band-Aid on it.
Right, a real rebuild.
So let's get into it. We should probably start with how our source defines trauma because it's a bit different.
Yeah, it's a really important starting point.
It's not just the bad thing that happened, the event itself. It's also, maybe even more so, your personal response, the aftermath.
Exactly. Like think about getting out of a toxic relationship or dealing with narcissistic abuse.
Right.
The trauma isn't only the bad interactions, it's also that voice in your head afterwards saying, why did I put up with that? Or how could I be so stupid?
Oh, yeah. That self-criticism loop.
That loop, the self-judgment,
Yeah.
feeling like you lost yourself, that's a huge part of the trauma the source is talking about, often overlooked.
Okay, so if that's the trauma, where does healing begin?
Well, and this is key according to the source. It starts with discomfort.
Not avoiding it.
Definitely not. The creator's super clear. You have to face the pain. Trying to push feelings down, ignore them.
Run away.
Yeah, the source literally says you're running away from yourself, and you can't heal if you're doing that. It takes facing that difficult stuff.
Which sounds like a journey, not just like flipping a switch.
Oh, absolutely. A journey. The source talks about progress over perfection.
I like that.
Yeah, some days feel like steps forward, others maybe steps back. And that's okay. The source really emphasizes that setbacks don't mean you're failing.
Right, it just means you're on the path. You were brave enough to start.
Exactly. It's part of being brave, those ups and downs.
So this brings up the whole stages of grief thing.
Yeah.
Denial, anger.
Right, the classic 5 stages. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Yeah, those. Does the source use that model?
Actually, no. They kind of disagree with that neat linear model for this kind of healing.
Oh, interesting.
Instead, they developed their own framework. 9 stages.
9. Okay.
Yeah, 9 personal stages, specifically for beginning the healing process. More nuanced, maybe.
Okay, let's walk through these 9 stages then, because you said they're practical.
Very. Deeply personal insights from the creator's own experience.
So stage 1.
Stage 1 is acceptance. And this means really accepting deep down that you're not completely okay.
Right, acknowledging the hurt.
Yeah, exactly. And then, crucially, learning about your specific trauma. So for the source, who dealt with a narcissistic relationship,
Yeah.
this meant diving deep into research, learning about narcissistic traits, the effects, even how that kind of chronic abuse can impact the brain. The source mentions something like brain damage.
Whoa, brain damage. That sounds intense. What do they mean by that exactly?
Yeah, it's important to clarify. They're not talking about like physical holes in the brain.
Okay.
It's more about the impact on your nervous system, your neural pathways, how it affects emotional regulation, stress responses, how you perceive safety.
So psychological trauma having a physical effect.
Precisely. It can kind of rewire your brain's stress system.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that, for the creator, helped shift away from self-blame. It validates the depth of the hurt.
That makes sense. Okay, so after acceptance.
Stage 2 is acknowledge harm over health.
Harm over help. Okay.
This is about looking honestly at your own behaviors. Identifying self-sabotage.
Like what kind of things?
Well, maybe reaching out to people from your past who hurt you. Not setting boundaries, people-pleasing when it hurts you, bottling up emotions.
Falling into that victim mindset sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. The source calls these harm behaviors, things you do to yourself.
And the help part.
The help is the opposite, taking positive action. And if you're dealing with parental wounds, a key help action the source talks about is starting to reparent yourself.
Reparent yourself. We hear that term a lot. How does the creator frame it?
It's about consciously giving yourself the nurturing, the validation, maybe the healthy boundaries you missed out on.
Becoming your own good parent in a way.
Sort of, yeah. Your own compassionate inner parent. It stops that cycle of focusing on past hurts without doing anything about them now. It puts the power back in your hands.
Okay, powerful shift. Stage 3.
Embrace the suffering.
Oof. That sounds counterintuitive. Like strength means not suffering, right?
That's the common idea. But the Source really challenges it. They argue that negative emotions, they're just part of being human. We all have them.
So suppressing them isn't strength.
Not according to this framework. True courage, the Source says, is being willing to feel it, to sit with that discomfort, even if it's painful.
Why is that more courageous?
Because suppressing it just buries it, right? It festers, it comes out sideways later.
Makes sense.
But actively engaging with the pain, letting yourself feel it, that's what actually processes it, allows it to move through you and eventually release, like cleaning a wound so it can heal properly.
Okay, that analogy works. What's stage 4?
Stage 4, sometimes closure is needed.
Ah, closure. That's a tricky one.
It is, and the creator is really clear this isn't for everyone, and it's definitely not an excuse to go back to old, harmful situations.
Right.
But they give examples where a final conversation brought necessary clarity.
What kind of examples?
Well, reaching out to an absent father after 10 years, or having one last talk with an ex a year after a really bad breakup.
And what was the point? Not necessarily getting an apology, I imagine.
No, not about apologies. It was about getting clarity for themselves. In both cases, the Source realized the other person hadn't changed.
Aww.
And that realization, it killed the what-ifs. It allowed them to let go of lingering hope or blame and finally move forward really definitively.
Okay, so closure for your own peace of mind.
Yeah.
Got it. Stage 5.
Take responsibility for your life. This is a big one.
Sounds like it.
The creator really emphasizes ditching phrases like, I am this way because X happened, or I react like this because of my childhood.
Why? Because it gives the past too much power.
Exactly. You're defining yourself by it. Instead, the Source suggests a language shift. Something like,
Like what?
okay, I reacted that way because I got triggered by something I'm still working through.
Ah, okay. It frames it as temporary, part of a process.
Precisely. It's a constant reminder that healing is ongoing, you can move through it, and you're not just stuck being defined by what happened. It's about reclaiming your agency, even if you were genuinely victimized.
That's a powerful reframe. Okay, stage 6.
Let go of expectations and shift your focus.
Expectations of others. Or yourself.
Mostly of others, especially those who've hurt you. We tell ourselves these stories, right? I'm unlovable, I'll never feel safe.
Yeah, those negative narratives.
The creator says you have to take accountability for telling yourself those stories. Stop expecting love or safety from people who've shown they can't give it.
So instead of looking outward for it,
Look inward. Realize you can create your own safety. You can give yourself affection and validation. Your worth isn't tied to how others treat you.
taking that power back again, creating your own emotional well-being.
You got it. Self-sufficiency in that sense.
Okay, makes sense. Stage 7.
Release the memory. This is about actively getting the emotional gunk out.
How do you do that?
The creator suggests things like thought dumping. You could literally record yourself on camera just talking it all out.
Just venting.
Venting, processing, whatever comes up. Or journaling, writing everything down. Even the angry stuff, the swear words, just get it out. Scribbling works too.
The goal being?
To release that stored up resentment, that negative energy. Stop letting it live inside you and drain your precious energy now. It's like an emotional expulsion.
Got it. Active release. What's stage 8?
Rewire your nervous system.
Okay, how does trauma affect the nervous system again?
Well, the creator explains it can put you into overdrive. Hypervigilant, constantly stressed, always scanning for danger.
Fight or flight mode, basically stuck on.
Pretty much. So this stage is about calming that response.
Yeah.
The Source suggests concrete things. Meditation, deep breathing, just sitting still sometimes.
Yoga, exercise.
Yep. Yoga, cold showers, exercise, all aimed at emotional regulation. Helping you, as the Source puts it, disconnect from that constant ego-driven narrative.
What's that ego-driven narrative?
It's that inner voice,
Right.
right? The fear-based, critical one that keeps you stuck in the past, stuck feeling like a victim, even when you're trying to move on,
So these practices calm the body.
which signals safety.
Yeah.
And over time, doing these things consistently helps retrain your nervous system to react to the present, not just old triggers.
Okay, that's practical. And the final stage, number 9.
Stage 9, accept the event.
We started with acceptance, now we're ending with it. How is this different?
The first stage was accepting you're not okay. This final stage is about directly confronting and accepting the truth of what actually happened.
Saying it plainly?
Yeah, like, I went through X event. This person did take advantage of me. No minimizing, no shame, just the facts.
Why is that so important?
Because often, the creator says the emotional energy stays trapped because we don't fully accept the truth. It might feel embarrassing or painful to admit.
But avoiding it keeps you stuck.
Exactly. Your ego runs the show. But once you truly state what happened, acknowledge it fully. The source says the energy starts to leave, it loses its power.
And then?
Then you reach a place where it's not defining you anymore. You see it as maybe a lesson, something that made you stronger. It shifts from trauma to wisdom.
Wow. Okay, those 9 stages feel like a really solid foundation.
Yeah, a very personal and actionable start to the process.
Now, the source also talks about shadow work techniques. What are those about?
These are specific tools to help process and integrate those past experiences, the stuff you might normally keep hidden, even from yourself.
Okay, like what?
One really powerful one is going into a memory to comfort yourself.
How does that work?
It's a visualization. You imagine your current, maybe more confident self going back into a difficult memory where your younger self was struggling.
So like time travel in your mind.
Kind of. The creator gave an example. Imagining her current self walking into her old classroom, finding her shy 14-year-old self.
Yeah.
And telling that younger self all the good things that are coming, the confidence, the success, the healthy relationships, basically showing her it's going to be okay, more than okay.
What does that do for you now?
It helps bridge that gap between old painful self-perceptions and your current reality. It reassures that younger part of you, which helps your current self let go of old insecurities that might still be driving your reactions today.
Yeah.
Rewriting the internal story.
That's fascinating. What else?
There's a big focus on inner child healing. Lots of ways to do this.
Okay.
You can visualize comforting your child self in a painful memory. Give them the love they needed then. Or something simple. Keep a picture of yourself as a kid, maybe 4 or 5 years old, on your mirror. Look at it every day and consciously send compassion to that part of you.
A daily reminder.
Yeah, writing letters to your inner child works too. Or even physically holding yourself like you're comforting that child within you when you feel sad.
And didn't the creator mention something about activities?
Oh yeah. Recreating favorite childhood activities. Get messy with paint. Watch old cartoons, the source mentioned, liking Bratz. Anything that reconnects you with that authentic, uncomplicated joy you felt as a kid. It's not just play, it's healing. Connecting with innocence and self-worth.
I love that. Okay, any other techniques?
Cord cutting. This is another powerful visualization.
Cutting cords. Like energetic ties.
Exactly. Releasing ties to people or events from your past that are still draining you.
How do you do it?
You visualize the person you need to release. You say everything you need to say, get it all out.
No holding back?
Nope. Then you clearly visualize turning your back and walking away. Leaving them behind. And as you walk, you imagine stepping over a line, like an invisible boundary.
Symbolize.
Entering a new phase of life without them. And as you step over, you feel your own energy getting brighter, stronger.
Wow.
The creator also says writing a letter you don't send can achieve the same thing. It's about that internal decision and energetic release. Reclaiming your energy.
Okay, that sounds intense but useful. Anything else in the shadow work toolkit?
The Q&A technique. This is more of a journaling.
Oh.
Yeah. You write down a limiting belief, like, I feel undesirable.
Okay.
Then you just keep asking why, like a persistent toddler. Why do I feel undesirable? Because I've been single a while. Okay, why is that a problem?
You keep digging down?
Exactly. You follow the why down to the root. Often you find the core belief is illogical or based on something that isn't true anymore. It helps you dismantle it. Nip it in the bud, as the source says.
Smart. Systematically challenging those beliefs.
Yep. And related to that, just using journaling prompts. You can find tons online, Google, Pinterest, TikTok even.
Prompts about what?
Shame, forgiveness, toxic traits you might have, self-sabotage patterns, identity questions, fears. Lots of stuff to explore safely on paper.
So journaling is a big theme.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the final shadow work piece ties back to something we mentioned, reparenting yourself.
Ah, yes. Giving yourself that compassion.
Radical self-compassion. The creator puts it simply. Would you talk to your own kid the way you talk to yourself? Probably not, right?
Definitely not.
So treat yourself with that same unconditional love, validation, daily care. Make yourself good food. Have the discipline to exercise. Be kind when you mess up.
It's like building internal resilience through consistent self-care.
Exactly. Self-love as an active daily practice. Okay, so moving on from shadow work. This next section is what the source actually said was the most impactful technique for their happiness now.
Oh, really? What is it?
It's the emotional regulation routine and creating a new life. It's about actively writing a new story and finding joy today.
I'm intrigued. How do you start?
The first step is simple but profound. Wish others well.
Like strangers.
Yeah. Daily practice. When you pass someone on the street, see someone in a shop, just silently send them a good thought. Hope they have a great day. Hope things work out for them.
How does that help you?
The source says it fundamentally shifts your perception. You start looking for the good, for kindness, instead of defaulting to seeing danger or negativity everywhere.
It's like that yellow car thing. If you look for yellow cars, you see them everywhere.
Exactly. What you look for is what you will find. If you practice projecting goodwill, you start noticing more of it around you and feeling more optimistic yourself. It subtly rewires your outlook.
That's a lovely practice. What's next in the routine?
Find something to pour love into that isn't a person.
Okay. Like a hobby, a passion.
Could be. Doesn't have to be your job or some grand purpose. Just something that fulfills you, that's yours. For the creator, it was making videos.
And the benefit.
It gives you a source of fulfillment that doesn't depend on anyone else. Relationships might change, jobs might end, but this thing, it's yours. It provides stability.
So your whole world doesn't collapse if one part changes.
Right. It's an anchor for your well-being, internally driven. Makes you less vulnerable to external ups and downs.
Makes sense. What else?
Crucially, don't isolate yourself.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True, but the source emphasizes it's your responsibility to actively seek joy and new possibilities. Don't just wait for it.
How do you do that actively?
Things like vision boards, setting goals, even just visualizing your ideal day. Give yourself something concrete to work towards, something to look forward to.
So it keeps you moving forward, gives you direction.
Exactly. It provides that pull towards growth, that sense of purpose, even when things feel tough. It's proactive hope.
Okay, proactive hope. I like that. Is there one more part to this routine?
Yes. The last one is educate yourself and turn it into wisdom.
Educate yourself about the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you dealt with, say, dysfunctional family stuff or narcissistic abuse, the creator urges you to learn about it, understand the dynamics.
How does that help? Doesn't it keep you focused on the negative?
Not if you frame it as gaining wisdom. The source shared being heartbroken by an emotionally unavailable partner.
Oh,
She researched emotional unavailability, learned the signs, the patterns, and she realized his behavior wasn't actually about her. It was his wiring.
It wasn't personal.
Exactly. And that understanding brought peace. It also created, as she calls it, a safety net. She could recognize those patterns in the future and avoid similar situations.
So it turns pain into knowledge, into protection.
Precisely. From why me to
Yeah.
what can I learn from this, it lessens the trauma's grip over time.
That's a really empowering way to look at it, which leads nicely into the next big theme.
Self-love and healing your relationship with yourself.
The foundation, really, but often overlooked, like you said.
Totally. The source calls self-love a lifestyle, not just a bubble bath now and then.
So how do you live it?
First step, according to the source, honor your dark side and insecurities.
Honor them, not try to fix them.
Not necessarily fix, but accept, even appreciate them. Turn perceived weaknesses into strengths.
Examples.
The creator talked about being shamed for dressing extravagantly. She chose to embrace it as her authentic style.
Okay.
Or seeing her tendency to talk fast and loud, not as annoying, but as energetic and expressive. It's about self-compassion for things like self-doubt, too. Realizing you're enough as you are.
So it's radical acceptance of all parts of you.
Exactly. It frees up so much energy you'd otherwise spend on self-criticism.
And the final piece of the self-love puzzle.
Shift your focus and fall in love with yourself.
Easier said than done, falling in love with yourself.
True. But it's about the commitment. We criticize ourselves constantly, right? Find new flaws daily. This is about making a conscious, consistent choice to be kinder, to be your own support system.
Your own shoulder to cry on, your own therapist almost?
Yes. When you truly trust yourself, when you're genuinely content with who you are, the source says everything else feels lighter.
How so?
It creates this tunnel vision for your own growth. You're not dwelling on the past or comparing yourself to others because you're focused on becoming your best self right now.
Focused inward, on your own journey.
Exactly. resilient.
Wow. Okay, that's a comprehensive framework. So after taking all this in, what are the immediate takeaways, the action steps?
Yeah, the source provides some very concrete homework and affirmations.
It's homework. Okay, let's hear it.
First, get a journal, script out your pain. Really be vulnerable. And importantly, forgive yourself as you write.
Okay, confront it and forgive.
Second, use that Q&A shadow work technique on what you just wrote. Ask why, repeatedly, to get to the root causes. The source swears by this for breakthroughs.
Dig deep. Got it.
Third, find a picture of your younger self. Maybe 4, maybe 8 years old. Put it somewhere you'll see it daily.
Like the mirror.
Yeah. And speak kindly to that picture. Visualize sending compassion to that younger you.
Connect with the inner child.
Okay. Fourth, go find some shadow work journal prompts online, Google, Pinterest, TikTok, wherever, and answer them honestly.
Keep exploring.
Yep. Then there are a couple of optional things. Join the creators' Discord community if you want support. Watch their specific videos on boundaries, self-validation, attachment styles.
Extra resources.
And definitely read. The recommendations are Healing is the New High and Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King.
Okay.
What Happened to You by Oprah and Dr. Bruce Perry, and one that creator really loves, The Mountain is You by Brianna Weist.
Great book list and affirmations.
5 daily affirmations from the source.
I am not my trauma. It does not define my character or the trajectory of my life. Things can only get better for me.
Okay.
2, I am strong and capable to create a bountiful life for myself moving forward. 3, I am loved and cherished exactly as I am.
Powerful.
4, I release all negative thought patterns and beliefs from my past wounds and embrace the happiness of this moment and the hopefulness of the future.
Letting go and embracing now.
And 5, I see abundance all around me and life gets better every single day.
Those feel really grounding, things you can start saying immediately.
Exactly. And tying this all together, the source offers this really profound final thought.
Yeah.
That eventually, through this journey, you can actually reach a place of genuine gratitude for all of it, even the trauma.
Gratitude for trauma.
Not in a glad it happened way, but recognizing how those specific hardships, those adversities, were the very things that forged the wisdom, the strength that ultimately led you to a better, happier life path than you might have had otherwise.
Seeing it as part of the journey that made you who you are now, a stronger, wiser version.
Exactly, that the struggles were necessary for the growth.
Wow. That's a powerful perspective to work towards. So, for everyone listening, maybe the question to ponder is, what narratives about your past could you start to shift?
Yeah.
How could you begin seeing your own challenges, not just as things that held you back, but maybe, just maybe, as the building blocks for the more empowered, joyful person you're becoming?